Good afternoon, everyone. Sorrow and Disney here, and it's Monday, and it's gonna be time to talk some NXT and Smackdown, and once again, I'll throw it out. I feel like a broken record right now. I'm very sorry that I was not able to do anything before today. There's reasonings for this, and actually there's a couple of reasonings for this, but I want to talk about that in a second. First off, Will's Party. Actually, Will's Party was really awesome, and I met some really awesome people, and saw some people that I didn't realize I knew, but I did know. That was really cool. And no drama. That was amazing. So I was really happy. I had a great time at Will's Party, and I'm very happy that Will was able to invite me. I'm very happy that I attended. We went swimming. I went down the water slide. And hung out with a bunch of really awesome people. So everyone that I met, hi, if you guys or girls out there that I told about this very YouTube channel are watching it, thank you. And for those of you that are not watching it, yeah, the next time maybe. So, excuse me. This past weekend, was a huge weekend for pop content. And I'm judging by looking at the view counts for this weekend, that you guys and girls out there really enjoyed this stuff this weekend. You really went out and watched it. So, Friday, of course, we went and watched The Wolverine, and it's kind of a distant memory right now, to be totally honest. Watch the review if you'd like. The Wolverine is tacked on with Only God Forgives, as well as a limited release from a few weeks ago called Absinthe. I keep calling it Absinthe, because the Moulin Rouge fan in me, obviously. Absence. So yeah, that movie, AJ ripped it a new one, and you can go watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. Saturday, Summer of Tarantino. My God, just read the 4 titles on this Summer of Tarantino, and you'll understand why it's already gotten 23 views. Summer of Tarantino is talking about Tarantino's writing credits to date, which would be Natural Born Killers, 4 Rooms, True Romance, and I can't remember the last one. Oh yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn, so yeah. I know I looked upwards and everything, but I don't know why I did, because it simply says on YouTube, if you look at it, it says Summer of Tarantino, True Romance, Natural Born Killer, ... So, that's what it says on YouTube, so yeah. That video is awesome. And also, the verses for this week. The first cryptic comment was released this week, and the cryptic comment was Heist. And I'm decrypting it right now, just like I did on the video, and Heist equals out to a versus between Heat and The Town, and that has gotten a lot of views as well. So thank you guys and girls out there for watching all those videos, and a lot of new content came out. Now, I actually was able, due to the fact that we only had one movie to watch this week, I was able to get the review out for The Wolverine really early, like super early, like even before 5 o'clock. I'm looking at it right now. And on top of that, we've got... excuse me. I probably should have grabbed some Crystal Light. I don't know why I didn't. Too late now. So, because we're going right now. So, basically, I do want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching the videos. And, like I said, I did get to watch SmackDown live. And I've had these notes, like we do here. I've had these notes since Friday. Well, Saturday, of course, was Will's Party, and Will's Party equals out to the water slide, and the pool, and mini-golfing, and then spending almost till midnight hanging out at Will's house, eating pizza, and peanut butter M&Ms, and various forms of chocolate. So, yeah, that's what happened. And Sunday, we ended up going to Athens and watching 20 Feet from Stardom, which is amazing, by the way, and we actually did get to watch Much Ado About Nothing, finally. So the digital problems in Athena Cinema are fixed, at least for the time being, and AJ and I got to watch a private showing of Much Ado About Nothing, probably because, well, I actually don't really understand, because everybody wanted to see this movie, and there was actually a crowd when we were sitting in the theater getting ready for it to start. No, that was the East, sorry, long day. There was a crowd really being intent about wanting to see this movie, and they must have already seen it, because there was no one in there at 5 o'clock yesterday, so yeah. There's always that. got home, and the WDW Today Live podcast was absolutely outstanding. That's for you, Hotchberg, and I will see you at Reunion, sir. So, they announced the events for Reunion, and actually I've got that information. I'm very, very excited that one of the things that I asked for did come true. We are doing a 4th day at Animal Kingdom, which also means that my plans for SeaWorld on December 8th might be kind of in limbo right now. I don't know. I might just stay at Hollywood Studios for the night. Who knows? I haven't quite decided. So, it's going to be awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, we're starting off Reunion at Magic Kingdom. The 2nd day will be Hollywood Studios, the 3rd day will be Epcot, and the 4th day will be at Animal Kingdom. So, it's going to be really awesome. Got a lot of really awesome stuff to be doing this year. Really excited about a lot of the events. Really excited about all the events, and really excited about seeing people I've met via the WDW Today live podcast chat room. People that I saw last year at Reunion. It'd be awesome to see them again. And it's going to be cool to meet some new people. So I can introduce you guys to Sir Owen Disney, this YouTube channel. And like I said before, like I said last night, I'm not hard to find. Just look for the guy in the random wrestling t-shirt with an iPod Touch or an iPhone 5 filming like crazy. And I promise you right now, we had a lot of content from December. Reunion content, Disney content, SeaWorld content, Universal content, and Disney Fantasy content, as well as the Diz Unplugged Podcast Cruise 4.0 content, and also Reunion content as well. But I promise you, I will have a portable charger with me at all times. So, I will make sure there is even more Reunion content. I'm actually going to try to get video of almost every single Reunion event, at least the ones I can. Like, there's a couple things I can't really get, like, we're doing another Skagway Alaska meet. I might be able to do it, but the problem with it is you're not going to be able to hear the awesome WDW Today narration that is going to be playing in my head while we're watching it. On my head as in my headphones, because I'm going to tie headphones up to my iPod or my iPhone, and we're going to listen to a pre-recorded spiel done by Matt, Mike, Len, Annette, and Becky. So, that's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to that. So, Reunion 2013 is going to be spectacular, and I'm very, very excited. I get to start off at the Grand Floridian, and I go all the way to Kidani Village to end the time. So, that's my housekeeping this week. So today I will be shooting this video, which, like I said, I'm sorry it took so long to get to it, but like I said, I was kind of busy this weekend, so, and when I wasn't busy, I was being lazy, so I promise you guys content every day. You guys do get content every day. You don't necessarily get to see me every day, but you get content every day. But I promise you very soon you'll be getting content from me every single day. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but I'll figure it out when I get there. So Ben and Will are supposed to be over here in a couple of hours to film some video. We got a new Will tutorial coming up soon. Ben's got some videos we're going to shoot out. He's still got 2 in the can that we're going to put out probably later this week. And I still got to do a Halloween Horror Nights video. Resident Evil should be announced any day now, and that'll be the next house announcement. And then maybe I can throw out a video. I haven't quite decided yet. I know you guys and girls out there that subscribe to me via knowing me on the Horror Nights Nightmares forums, or the various HHN forums on Facebook, all those groups. I'm sorry there's not been as much Halloween Horror Nights content, but I promise you it's going to get there. It's going to get there. Mark my words. I am a part of Legendary Truth Collective now. I did sign up the other day, and Sir Owen Disney is going to be searching for awesome things at Halloween Horror Nights this year on both the opening night and on the 27th, the week after. So that's going to be cool. Looking forward to Food and Wine Festival. Found out that my very, very precious orange Dole Whip is going to be included this year. It's going to be sold at the refreshment port, which is right at the start of Future World, right at the start of Future World in the promenade, which is right across from the entrance of left or right, whether you're going towards Canada, left, or right, which is Mexico, head to World Showcase. Refreshment port's right in the middle, and they're going to be serving Dole Whip just like they did at Flower and Garden this year. But this time, instead of regular pineapple Dole Whip, they're going to be having orange Dole Whip, which is my favorite. And it's going to be added with, I know spiced rum was there for the pineapple Dole Whip to accentuate it. There will be alcohol involved with the Dole Whip this year. I won't imbibe in the alcoholic Dole Whip, but I will have my own Dole Whip, and it's going to be awesome because I cannot wait. So yeah, big reunion news, big awesome news, stay at the Grand Floridian, things are going great, everything except for one, but then again, you get what you pay for. And right now, my mom and I are trying to figure out getting me a manufactured, refurbished laptop to take with me home. So looking at a couple things, got some Hewlett-Packard ideas, got some Compaq ideas, Acer ideas, a couple ideas. Hopefully I'm going to get a laptop for under $100 that's not going to fall apart. So needless to say, I'll show you what I have now. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, let's see what date it's from. I'll find it here. Yeah, is there a date on this thing? Date. Okay, this is bad, folks. This thing doesn't even have a date on it. I can't tell you what year this is from. I can't. I'm looking. I know I'm killing time, I get that. Okay, this laptop was given to me by my mother, actually. I mean, it's not bad. It's a decent laptop for what it is. I mean, it's got Windows XP on it, which I love XP. XP's amazing. And, I mean, it's okay. It's got everything I need on it. It's got my Google Chrome. But the problem is, this button right here, these buttons, they kind of stick. So I'll get you closer if I can. These buttons kind of stick. So it's kind of like, it's time for a new laptop. Because if I paid, even if it was possible, if I paid to get this fixed or get like more memory added to it or something, it probably wouldn't be worth it. It'd probably be like, Owen, you need to buy a new laptop. So you know what? Owen's going to buy a new laptop. So I looked into the iPad idea. I really want one, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. I do need another device to shoot video on. I have the iPod, and I have this very iPhone 5 that I'm shooting with right now. I probably will use my digital camera because I shot some video with it on the Fantasy, so hopefully I'll get some more from that. But the problem is, it doesn't have much memory on it, so I might have to do it a different way. So hopefully we'll work that out, and there's always that. So 51 days from home, it's going to be amazing. Now, I do want to say right now another thing real quick before I get started. This week, the phone rings, don't care. So, because I don't answer the phone here, because that's just how it works. Now, today, I got this video, we're shooting Raw, which will be put up tomorrow. So, Tuesday's video will be Raw, Tuesday we're going to B-Dubs, that's going to be great. Wednesday, we're going to have some Will content or some Ben content. If I have a new Will tutorial that's filmed today, that's going to go up Wednesday, but I don't know yet. Thursday is going to be work. Well, obviously, Wednesday's B-Dubs too. Work, then B-Dubs, that's how it works. Thursday, it's work, and then I get off at 5, and we're going to the Smurfs. We're watching the Smurfs 2, and then we're going right into Two Guns. After Two Guns, come back here, watch Impact, shoot the video, hopefully get it out to you guys on Thursday, and then Friday, we've got the movie reviews, and that's going to be good. So, like I said, it's going to be Much Ado About Nothing, 20 Feet from Stardom, The Way, Way Back. Oh, actually, we don't have that yet. Maybe soon. I'll talk about that in a second. I got confused for a second. Two Guns and Smurfs 2, as well as, I believe it's Europa Report. And that is going to be this week's video. New verse is coming out on Sunday. Don't know what it is yet. I'll let you guys and girls out there know on Thursday during the Impact recap with the cryptic comment to determine what is going to be the clue to lead you into that. I might do another cryptic comment before then. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet. I might do it before then. Who knows? But we've also got Summer of Tarantino. We're talking about the Kill Bill saga this time. That's right, Kill Bill 1, Kill Bill 2. It's going to be awesome. We're going to put them together, and we're going to talk Kill Bill. And then next week, we're going to talk Grindhouse. Yeah, we're going to talk Planet Terror and Death Proof. And then after that, we're going to have love letters the next 2 weeks to Inglourious Bastards and Django Unchained. And by the time we're done, folks, one way, somehow, some way, I'm going to get AJ to pick a winner to determine what his favorite Quentin Tarantino film is. I know he's dreading this, and trust me, I'm dreading trying to figure it out myself, but we'll find out as soon as we get there. So, without any further ado, let's talk NXT. This NXT was really important because it involved the tournament final for the NXT Women's Championship. The finals between the two biggest babyface women on the roster, Paige and Emma. Of course, Paige got there, and she got there by defeating Tamina Snuka in the first round. And then she took care of Alicia Fox in the second. Emma got by Oksana in the first round and then beat my beloved Summer Rae in an upset to get to the finals, which I called Paige and Summer Rae was the finals, but Paige got the finals, so I mean I was half right, I guess you could say. So we lead to this match, and it's going to start the show off, Paige against Emma. This match was really good back and forth contest between the two ladies, and I'm telling you, the match was really good. Paige goes for a backslide, and Emma gets to the ropes. She locks in her dilemma, which is a tarantula in the ropes. And Paige kicks her hard, knocks her out to the arena floor. And then Emma charges in when they get back in the ring and nails a big crossbody block to a seated Paige laying in the turnbuckles. Makes a cover 1-2 and a kick out. She goes for a sunset flip and she gets reversed. Sunset flip reversed again. Reversed once more time. 1-2 and finally gets a kick out. So a big double axe handle by Emma. Not a crown. It's just a literal double axe handle. That's all it was. Goes for the chin lock. Paige elbows out of it. And nails a back elbow off the ropes for just a 1 count. So she locks Paige in a reverse bear hug. And Paige fights off, and she backs her in the corner to finally break the hold, and does those Matt Morgan-esque rapid-fire elbow strikes. So Paige locks in a modified Texas Cloverleaf with the knee planted between the shoulder blades that she calls the Rampage. She doesn't use it very often, but it's quite effective. But Emma barely is able to make it to the ropes just in time. Actually, she doesn't, and this time she actually kicks her off. And when she kicks her off, rolls her up, small package, 1-2, and a kick out. So she goes for the Emma lock. It gets countered, and 5 big knee strikes on the ropes. And she goes up top, and she gets slapped. Emma climbs up top too, and they brawl up there for a minute, and Emma superplexes Paige off the top, 1-2, and she barely kicks out because her foot was on the bottom rope. So that was good. She didn't kick out. She actually just put her foot on the bottom rope, so it worked pretty well. So Paige kicks her in the midsection, and then side kick in the midsection, and out of nowhere, nails the Paige turner, and 1, 2, 3. Paige wins the first ever NXT Women's Championship by defeating Emma in the finals. The match was really good, really great back and forth match between these two ladies. Two superstars that really need to be on the Divas roster as soon as possible. So, all the face divas of NXT come into the ring and congratulate the new champion, and then out of nowhere, Triple H comes to the ring. And he doesn't talk, he doesn't do anything, he just plays his music, he walks in the ring, and he raises the arm of the new champion for all 4 corners of the ring, and then leaves, doesn't say a word. So basically, Triple H put over Paige big time, and didn't have to say a word at all, and Paige got her music to play her out. So, really great way to open up the show, really enjoyable way to open up the show. So, congratulations to Paige for winning the first ever NXT Women's Championship. So, next match is Angelo Dawkins, and he's going to be getting fed to the returning Mike Dalton, which is now known as Milan, Italy supermodel Tyler Breeze. Now, first off, I got a bone to pick with Tyler Breeze, obviously, but it's from this. I can't show you what my bone to pick of it is, because obviously there's no way of doing it. I guess the only thing I can think of is do it this way, and this is lame, but this is something that has to be done. So, first off, I'm going to show you my phone, and that's my phone. Oh. So, we got that, and okay. That's why. That's why I'm agitated at Tyler Breeze. You can barely see it, but that is my iPhone 5. That is my iPhone 5 filming you guys right now. This video. It's amazing. You know what's different about this iPhone 5 compared to the iPhone 5 of Tyler Breeze? Nothing. Nothing at all. You know why? Because Tyler Breeze has the same exact OtterBox cover that I've got. Which means he's got taste. Obviously, that's cool. So he took about 4 million pictures of himself before the bell even rang. And Dawkins got tired of it, and he jumps him at the bell. And basically, it gets reversed, and he gets rolled up, and Tyler almost gets pinned. And he rolls him up again, and he almost gets pinned again. Well, basically, Tyler just has enough, and just rapid fire kicks him in the side. It's like about 5 or 6 times. And Tyler Breeze, I like the gimmick. He's got the furry boots, he's got the spandex, he's got the tight blonde ponytail. He's basically Derek Zoolander as a professional wrestler. So, but I guess you could say, to be totally honest, he'd be more like Hansel, Owen Wilson's character, because he's got the blonde hair, and Derek Zoolander obviously is not blonde, he's brunette, so there you go. But I mean, actually has black hair, but still, dark hair is Derek Zoolander, there you go. But he's more like Hansel, and basically if Mugatu was at ringside, he would say, "Oh my god, Tyler Breeze is so hot right now." He does personify gorgeous. That's pretty much his words, not mine. So, obviously, Tyler plants him with a nice spinning wheel kick, which I'm going to call the photogenic, and he gets the pin off that. Now, after the match, of course, he takes more photos of himself, and NXT commentators, I'll give it to you guys on this one. Basically, it was said that, I'm paraphrasing here, they basically said, no man needs to take that many selfies. It's very true. And that's all he did. He's kind of like, that's it? Yeah, Like every 5 seconds. It's kind of like, you might as well do like a comic book style flip book when it comes to the pictures that Tyler Breeze took of himself in that match. So yeah, there's always that. So, Tyler Breeze makes his debut, and I expect some more things from him. Actually, I think he would be very suited, as long as he fits, to a team with Fandango when they get back to, if he gets brought up to the main roster. I think that'd be a great idea. I think it'd work really well. It'll be interesting to see this gimmick progress, so, interesting. So we get our next match, Mickey Keegan and Aiden English taking on the returning Ascension team, this time of Connor O'Brien and Rick Victor. Of course, have been hanging out with each other for the last several weeks. Rick Victor has been coming out and scouting the matches of Connor O'Brien, and now they're finally together on television as the brand new Ascension. Obviously, we're eliminating the remnants of the old Ascension tag team, and this is the new Ascension. So, we go midway through the match, and this is not that long at all. It's a one-sided squash. Mickey Keegan doesn't even get in the ring once. He basically, Connor nails him with a big avalanche in the corner, and he tags in Rick Victor. He gives him this nice, big, like, exploding Yakuza kick out of the corner, and tag back into Connor O'Brien. So they pick him up, they pick up Aiden English, like, they cradle him on the side. They both pick him up and toss him up in the air. Usually these guys know a backbreaker or whatnot. They just dropped him. They just like straight up dropped him. So it was vicious. And basically they finished them off with a variant on total elimination, which was O'Brien doing the John Cronus leg sweep. And instead of the heel kick that Perry Saturn used to use, it would have been actually a spinning back elbow from Rick Victor, and that's the pinfall, and that's the way the match ends. So good win right there for the new Ascension, as they are out to just reduce all your heroes to ashes. Those are Rick Victor's words, not mine. Brilliant, though. I like that. They will probably be gunning for the current reigning and defending NXT Tag Team Champions, Adrian Neville and Corey Graves, who of course defeated the Wyatt family, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, last week to win the Tag Team Championship. So that leads us into our main event, which was set up with Sheamus making the save out of nowhere and taking it to the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt, of course, vowed revenge, and he's going to sick Luke Harper on the Celtic Warrior. So we got midway through the match, Sheamus with the clubbing blows on Luke Harper. This was actually a really balanced match, because they're both about the same height. They're about the same size. They basically match up very well. So this match was actually really good. A good back and forth brawling match. I very well enjoyed this contest. So the clubbing blows on Luke Harper, and he gets stopped midway through. And Eric Rowan ends up trying to interject himself into the proceedings, and he gets caught. He gets clubbing blowed 10 times. Rowan gets knocked off the ring apron, and Sheamus gets nailed with a big back elbow by Luke Harper, knocks him out to the floor, and on the floor, Rowan mows him over with the clothesline. So we come back into the ring and whip in and charging elbow and big time right in the corner, big time impact. He steps on the head of Sheamus and he chokes him on the middle rope. And then Rowan, behind the referee's back, nails a right hand shot on Sheamus, and Harper makes a cover 1-2 and a kick out. Goes back to the chin lock. Sheamus punches out of it, and he goes back to the chin lock after taking Sheamus back down on the canvas. He goes off the ropes. Sheamus catches him over with an over-the-shoulder power slam, and they trade forearms in the center of the ring. This is some vicious stuff. I don't see Sheamus being that vicious very often. Don't see Sheamus throwing forearms that often either. So, he nails the Irish Hammer, and then he nails it again, and then he uses his shoulder to run Harper into the corner, and then he catches him off the ropes with a high knee lift, and he goes for the Finley roll. This time it gets countered, it gets spun around into that layout black hole slam, and 1-2, and Sheamus kicks out. So big forearm, and Sheamus has him down. He goes for the middle rope splash, Sheamus out of the way, and he nails the Finley roll finally, 1-2, and Luke Harper kicks out. So he goes up top for the battering ram and gets countered. Sheamus punches out, and Sheamus dives off the top. Harper ducks out of the way. Sheamus lands on his feet, comes off, goes for the brogue kick, and he ducks out of it. And he nails the discus lariat, 1-2, and almost a 3, but Sheamus kicks out. So Harper's like, yeah. And he charges with the avalanche, and he nails nothing but the boot of Sheamus. So Harper gets on, actually, reverse. Rowan gets on the ring apron, and Sheamus pretty much ends that rather quickly by throwing Harper into Rowan, knocking Rowan to the floor, and setting it up to be a one-on-one again. This match, of course, you have Bray Wyatt on the outside in his trademark rocking chair, and he looks like he's not even worried about anything, especially with the fact that it's kind of peculiar since the fact that the Wyatt family are pretty much being handed by Sheamus rather handily. Anyway, so, goes for white noise on Luke Harper. He plants him. He gets up, gets nailed with the brogue kick, 1-2-3. Now, Bray Wyatt is laughing at this. And he gets up, and he walks over to Harper and Rowan, and he looks at Sheamus with, like, a death stare, and then he starts laughing again, and he golf claps Sheamus, and that's how we go home. So, next week on NXT, we have it announced the match that I want to see. We the People's Antonio Cesaro, as well as the missionary. That's it. The mercenary himself, Leo Kruger, taking on the current reigning and defending NXT Heavyweight Champion, Bo Dallas, and Sami Zayn. So that's going to be an awesome match next week. So that's going to be great. What did we learn today, boys and girls? Well, Paige and Emma are the future of the Divas division, and they're going to be huge when they get brought up. I'll tell you that right now. So, big win for Paige. Emma and Paige both stay babyface, no problem. There's no turn, there's no heel turn by Emma, anything like that. And we basically lead up to Triple H, of all people, coming out and endorsing the new NXT Women's Champion after the match is over. Tyler Breeze makes his debut and steals my OtterBox and my iPhone, apparently, and takes numerous pictures of himself, numerous selfies, and he finishes off Angelo Dawkins with the photogenic, the spinning wheel kick. We see the re-debut of the Ascension as a tag team, Connor O'Brien, I still don't think that name is menacing enough, and Rick Victor taking on Mickey Keegan and Aiden English, and of course, Keegan just warmed the apron the whole time, just watched his partner get decimated by the Ascension. So the Ascension, of course, have had their sights set on the NXT Tag Team Champions, Corey Graves and Adrian Neville, and that match will be coming up sooner rather than later. And in the main event, Sheamus beats Luke Harper, but I'll tell you what, you gotta hand it to the member of the Wyatt family for hanging with the former 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. This match was actually a really good back and forth match, and why was Bray laughing? I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later. So, great NXT this week. Very enjoyable. Look forward to next week. So, I'm proud of myself, first off. Before we get talking about SmackDown, I know I'm all over the place in this video. We've talked about everything in this video, really. We talked about Halloween Horror Nights, we talked about Disney, we talked about movies, we talked about everything. And one thing I will say is that, I want to talk about Total Divas real quick. I watched Total Divas earlier today, and I didn't watch it last night, obviously, because of the WDW Today Live podcast. So I was kind of tired afterwards, and I kind of went to bed, so I didn't really do anything after that. So I didn't get out till like after 11, so there you go. Matt's awesome, so yeah. See you reunion, sir. But, yeah, Total Divas, interesting. Interesting show. I like how they're playing. It's weird. They're, like, selective about how they want, about breaking kayfabe on the show. You use the real names of the Funkadactyls. Ariani? God, I gotta see how it's pronounced. Rawr. Ariane Croft. Hold on. I gotta find it here. I can't see how to pronounce it. Ariane? I think that's how it's pronounced. We'll go with that. Ariane and Trinity, which are Naomi and Cameron. The Funkadactyls. You use Brie and Nikki Bella, but you don't call them Garcia, you call them Bella still. Obviously, that's selective. And, of course, you bring up Jimmy Uso, which, of course, is John. And, of course, putting over the fact that Daniel Bryan is Bryan Danielson, but everyone in the world knows that. Interesting show. I like how it, like, mixed kayfabe and breaking kayfabe at the same time. Interesting. It was kind of catty. Eva Marie, with what happening on Raw Monday night, notwithstanding, Eva Marie could be a star, but don't let her talk anymore. Oh my god, that was horrible. JoJo Offerman is 19, and basically, it sucks because that means that she's not going. Paige will not be the youngest diva to come up on the WWE roster because Paige is 20 and JoJo is 19. So that sucks for all the Paige fans out there. Interesting show. Check it out if you get a chance to. Total Divas, 10 o'clock on the E! Network on Sundays. So yeah, there's that. Not bad. Let's go to SmackDown. SmackDown starts us off with the battle of the Money in the Bank briefcase holders. The Viper Randy Orton against the intellectual savior of Money in the Bank, Damian Sandow. So, Sandow with a neck snap on the top rope, 1-2, and a kick out. Nails a leaping knee drop, and we go back to the ring, and 10 punch by Randy Orton. And the big time St. Louis uppercut, and short knee lift on Orton by Damian Sandow. Hangs Orton out to dry, basically front suplex, drops him over the top rope, if you wonder what a hang out of dry means. And 1-2 and a kick out. So, body scissors on Orton, gets turned into a 2 count, and 5 big knee lifts, goes for the sad California leg sweep, and the Kobito Aki at the elbow of disdain, but Orton kicks out at 2. So, he goes for a deep cover, hooking both legs, 1-2, and again Orton kicks out. Back to the body scissors. Orton tries to find a way out, and he punches his way out, and a big knee lift, a whip in, and vintage Orton, which is clothesline, duck the opponent's clothesline, into the Samoa Joe snap power slam. There's a boot in the midsection, and a nice St. Louis uppercut. Goes for the snake bite DDT, which of course the hanging DDT using the ropes for leverage. And Cody Rhodes comes out as Orton gets dumped to the floor. Cody steals the Money in the Bank briefcase of Damian Sandow's, mind you. He didn't take Orton's briefcase. And this allows for Orton to slither his way in, I know, and nail the RKO in Sandow 1-2-3, and Cody leaves with the Money in the Bank briefcase. God knows what he has plans to do with it. So we can see CM Punk coming out next, and he basically says Brock's biggest weakness used to be his own, which is the fact that he trusted Paul Heyman. Heyman's ego is his biggest weakness. Paul wanted it all. And you know what? At SummerSlam, Punk's going to take it away. At this point, Fandango's theme comes out, and the gorgeous Summer Rae comes out dancing, and Fandango follows him out. And basically, Punk ends up saying, wrong place, wrong time, pal. And he basically just nails Fandango with the ring mic, starts pounding away, picks him up, nails him with go to sleep, leaves him laying. And that sets up a match between them, I believe. I don't think it's on Raw. It's either Raw this week, or I don't remember the spoilers. It's Raw this week or SmackDown this week. Either way, you're going to get a CM Punk Fandango match very soon. I gotta see where it is. I'll figure it out. CM Punk. Where is it? Where is it? CM Punk Fandango. There we go. That's it. It is SmackDown this week. So SmackDown will be CM Punk versus Fandango. I believe Fandango faces Rob Van Dam on Raw tonight. I don't remember. I'm not trying to look at the spoilers because I want to be surprised about what's happening. Even though the main event of tonight's Raw is the match that basically main events all the dark. It is the dark match main event on every single Raw. We'll talk about that later on. Actually, I'll talk about that tomorrow. We get a 6-man tag team match between the Usos and the World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry. Of course, their team is pretty much solid, and they'll be facing the Shield, I believe, tonight. They're going to be facing off against the Primetime Players and Wade Barrett, basically my t-shirt collection. So, it looks to me, and I'm pretty sure the WWE app is pretty much putting this out, is the fact that the Primetime Players are probably going to be split up sooner rather than later, because they're probably going their separate ways. Both had tremendous singles matches on Raw, and look forward to seeing them in more matches in the near future. So, pretty good, and I think they'd be a rocket strapped to Titus O'Neil, to be totally honest. Darren Young's no slouch either. I mean, they both had some really good matches on Raw. So, Wade Barrett with the knee strikes and a big clothesline on Jimmy Uso. Makes a cover 1-2 and a kick out, and he puts him on the turnbuckle, and he nails that field goal kick for another 2 count. Tagging to Titus O'Neil, nails a big, nice leg drop, drops the elbow, lock in a reverse chin lock. He fights up, he elbows out, and the fall-away slam, which the usual fall-away slam is actually to fall away with it. He basically picks him up and just throws him backwards and does not bump with it. So I like that. It shows power, and it also shows he just doesn't care about the likelihood, wow, I don't know what word I'm looking for here. He does not care about his opponent's condition. Obviously, he wants to put more pressure on him. God, I'm all over the place today, sorry. So, catches the boot, spun around, enziguri kick, tag into Mark Henry. So Mark Henry comes in, a big shoulder block, and then another one, and a big clothesline on Darren Young, and an over-the-shoulder power slam on Titus O'Neil. And on top of that, Young gets nailed with a big savate kick by Jey Uso. And World's Strongest Slam on Titus O'Neil, 1, 2, 3. And they are set to face off against the Shield, I believe, tonight on Raw. So, if it's not tonight on Raw, it'll be Friday on SmackDown. So, I know that Raw and SmackDown were taped this week. So, I don't recall which day it is, so they're kind of like running together. Like, my days are running together. It's really weird. Having 4 days off, it's kind of weird with the days kind of running together. Luckily, this is the last day off when I go back to work tomorrow. So Damien Sandow is searching in the back looking for Cody Rhodes, and he searches, and he runs into Sin Cara, and he asks Sin Cara what's going on, and he just nods, and he's like, oh, do you know what's going on? He's like, no. And he's like, you're an idiot. And he just walks out, and basically, Alberto Del Rio understands that John Cena was allowed to choose his SummerSlam opponent. He wants that same justification to choose his opponent at SummerSlam as well. So he asks Vicky Guerrero, he's like, okay, I'd like to choose my opponent just like John chose his. And she just thinks for about a second and says, you know, that's fine. You got about a week to decide. So obviously this is playing up to the fact if he does not decide, which he won't, we are going to end up having a match to determine who is going to face him at SummerSlam. Now, I know who's facing him at SummerSlam, and I know the match, but I'm sure you guys don't necessarily want to be spoiled, so there's always that. So yeah, there is going to be a match to determine who is going to face him at SummerSlam. I'm sure you guys and girls out there already know who it is, so I probably could tell you, but I'll keep the spoilers to a minimum. So we get a match between Alberto Del Rio, your current World Heavyweight Champion, and Rob Van Dam. This match could have went a long time, but it went nothing at all, actually. Van Dam, of course, took it to Del Rio right away and worked on the ribs and the injured ribs of Del Rio. And Del Rio actually has a legitimate injury, so this match went very short. That's the reason why. So, the referee was basically asking him to stop, if he wants to stop. He's like, no mas, which means I'm done, it's over. And basically Van Dam keeps fighting him, keeps punching him, and he's in the corner. Del Rio's in the corner, hits the super kick, and knocks Van Dam out, 1, 2, 3, and the match is over. So, yeah, that was interesting. Also, when Del Rio is fully ready to go, I want to see this match again. As a matter of fact, we may be getting this match sooner rather than later, so That's not a problem. I think that's would be awesome. So Damien Sandow continuing to look for his precious Money in the Bank briefcase, currently being held hostage by his former Rhodes Scholars tag team partner Cody Rhodes. He runs into Mark Henry and Booker T. And Mark Henry is kind of playing it off like jokingly and everything. Booker is like, he makes the mistake, does Damien Sandow, of calling Booker the former general manager. He's like, tell me you did not just say that, and everything. And of course, Mark Henry's laughing. He's like, let it go, Book, let it go, and everything. And Sandow's like standing there, and Henry's like, you better get away. So that's basically what happens. Up next, we get the State of AJ's Mind address. And obviously I'm a big fan of the cute and crazy one. So she comes out with Biggie Langston, and she's still the Divas Champion, so she's okay. So AJ pulls out Dolph's house keys and says she's ready to let it go. She could just, I don't know, burn the whole house down if she really wanted to, but she's not going to do that. So Dolph comes out, he's like, you know what, I already changed the locks twice since you've done that. Obviously, you think people don't have a key to my house? Like, come on, I get these keys out all the time. And then she, while wearing her red and black colors, mind you, she called Dolph Ziggler Puddin'. This 100% is a direct, complete and utter stab at the fact that we have made the Harley Quinn references about AJ Lee in the past. And obviously when she came out with Kane's mask on and skipping in the ring, she looked like Harley Quinn. She sells like Harley Quinn. I don't think Dolph's the Joker, but that's interesting. Dolph Ziggler is the Joker. Make that meme right now, folks, out there, as soon as you can. Make Dolph Ziggler into the Joker. Be awesome. But anyway, so, excuse me. I'm pretty sure Will just rolled his eyes if he's watching this video. Anyway, she pulls out the suitcase, and she said, Dolph goes, you know what, everything in that ring is totally replaceable. And I mean everything, including you and Big E, obviously. So, AJ cuts Dolph's license in half, and I'll give it to WWE for doing this. The license was a Floridian driver's license, so, I don't think Nick Nemeth's, comma S, I don't think his license was destroyed in the center of the ring, but if they didn't, but they could have done that, of course got him another one, obviously. And then his passport and everything destroyed that, and then rips up a bunch of money, and Dolph's kind of like, yeah, that's money. It's like, yeah, I can rip money up too, and she cuts his credit cards, and the fans are chanting, you are psycho, and she, of course, snaps, and she finds her old shirt, tosses all his clothes in the ring, and gets out of the ring, and Dolph's like, oh, babe, just 1 second, and then runs right into Caitlin's spear, and Dolph runs down to brawl with Biggie Langston, nails the name dropper on the floor, and that's the end of the segment, so yeah. We're building towards Dolph Ziggler and Biggie Langston for nothing. Just for a grudge revenge match at SummerSlam. I don't like this, because Dolph's out of the world title picture, and I want him back in it. Who knows what will happen with the world title picture? Just depends. I mean, the person that's facing Alberto Del Rio at SummerSlam is rather interesting. So, I don't think he's going to beat Del Rio, but who knows? I mean, he'd have a better feud with Damien Sandow than Del Rio would, and he's already been in the ring with Sandow a few times, so there's always that. Del Rio may be losing the World Heavyweight Championship sooner rather than later. I'll just say that much. Get our next matchup, which is the in-ring debut of Eric Rowan and Luke Harper against Tons of Funk. Well, of course, Bray Wyatt is sitting at ringside in his trademark rocking chair. And we go midway through the match, and this is, like I said, another squash match here. Brodus pretty much didn't get in the ring at all. A big avalanche on Sweet Tea, tagging Eric Rowan, and, excuse me. Big time discus lariat and on Luke Harper, long time. Avalanche on Sweet Tea, and there's the discus lariat on him as well, which is Harper's, one of his major maneuvers, actually his finisher pretty much. And on top of that, blind tag to Eric Rowan. Rowan hits a leaping big splash, 1, 2, 3. So Bray Wyatt gets up out of his chair, gets in the ring. I'm going to paraphrase as much as I can, but he says, Kane, I suspect you'll be looking for me That's alright, man. I've never been hard to find. But if you need me, I'll be right here with all my friends. Look to the sky. Follow the buzzards. So, sorry, I kind of get that way sometimes. Definitely still leading towards the idea that there is going to be a turn in Kane's future, joining the Wyatt family. I know we talked about a lot of people in the Wyatt family. We talked about the Briscoes in the Wyatt family. We talked about Daniel Bryan in the Wyatt family. These are all like pipe dreams. Kane will probably end up in the Wyatt family. He will end up being the monster. The monster Kane will return. And Bray Wyatt will be in charge of him. That is devastating enough. So that's going to be amazing. And this all builds towards WrestleMania or SummerSlam. Or I think this could actually be what builds to The Undertaker against Bray Wyatt. I'm almost positive. So Kane has been brainwashed by Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. And The Undertaker has to set his brother free. So he has to face Bray Wyatt for his brother's soul, basically. I like this. I like this a lot. This is like, Bray Wyatt is the devil incarnate, and I love the way that's being played out. I love the Wyatt family as a group. I love the character of Bray Wyatt. I think it's spectacular. And it's nice, it's really creepy, it's really eerie, and it like makes your like goosebumps on your arms just by thinking about it. So yeah, I think this is what you're doing. You're having The Undertaker save his brother's soul by facing Bray Wyatt. And I think what he'll have to do, The Undertaker's going to have to run the gauntlet. He's going to have to beat Harper, and he's going to have to beat Rowan, and then he's going to have to beat Kane, and then he's going to have to get to Bray Wyatt. And I think that's what you do. You do The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt, and I think that's a brilliant idea to do. Now, obviously, and if you do this at a SummerSlam, or a Royal Rumble, or a Survivor Series, you can have Bray Wyatt win. This could be like The Undertaker versus Mankind back when Foley first debuted in WWF. But I think you could do that with Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker and the mind games. Oh my god, the mind games. And the fact that The Undertaker's own flesh and blood is turning against him. I love this idea. This is a brilliant idea. Bray Wyatt is the puppet master, and I think Kane will be following the buzzards sooner rather than later. And again, I have absolutely no problem with that because that's a great direction to go. Main event time, and this is the main event because, I'll be totally honest, don't understand why this is the main event, really, because, your World Heavyweight Champion is on the top of the second hour. Your two Money in the Bank winners are your opening match. And on top of that, you have your main event is Christian and Jack Swagger, who are just like participants in the Money in the Bank ladder matches, obviously the Raw and the SmackDown, respectively. So, this is your weird main event. I don't understand why this is the main event, but it's actually a really good match. So Christian hits a missile drop kick off the middle turnbuckle. 1-2, Swagger kicks out. So he goes up top, flying body press, and Swagger goes for the side step. We've seen this a billion times. I know because I've read it a billion times the last couple of months. He goes for the gut wrench powerbomb. It gets countered, reverse into the kill switch, reverse into the falling inverted DDT. 1-2, Swagger kicks out. So spinning back elbow off the middle turnbuckle, and huge takedown from Swagger, makes a cover, and Christian barely kicks out, 2.5. Goes for the Swagger bomb, and he gets the knees up, and into the 180 sunset flip, 1-2, Swagger kicks out. So he goes for the Patriot lock. It gets rolled through, and tossed him shoulder first into the ring post. Nails the kill switch. Sandow comes out, he wants the mic. He says, I'm issuing a warrant for Cody Rhodes for grand larceny. So Cody basically is a thief and being told he's a thief, and Sandow even calls him a thief. So Cody gets on the Titantron, he's standing next to the Gulf of Mexico, which is right across from the arena, the way the building is set up. And basically he says, you want this briefcase? You're going to have to come and get it. So Sandow leaves, and he begs for forgiveness. I mean, he says that Cody's smarter than him. He said that Cody carried him in the Rhodes Scholars. He says everything under the sun to try to get in Cody's good graces. And Cody's like, you know what, Damian, you earned this. He takes the briefcase, and he launches it in the water. So, basically, Cody looks at it as it's floating in the water. He says, I hope it can float. And Sandow can't swim, even though he dog paddles rather easily. And he jumps in the water, and he kind of gets to the the case and everything, and he kind of gives up, and because he can't swim, so he walks over to the very well-placed ladder beside, and he climbs out, and basically we end the show with him on his back crying about the loss of the Money in the Bank briefcase. So that's how we go home on SmackDown. What did we learn today, boys and girls? Well, Randy Orton is an opportunist. And when Cody Rhodes came out, he pretty much did that. Just that, hitting the RKO and Sandow out of nowhere. CM Punk says Brock's biggest weakness is Paul Heyman. But he basically said he made a mistake in trusting Paul Heyman, and that's going to be Brock's downfall as well. And at SummerSlam, Punk's going to take everything away from him. Fandango comes out, and he eats go to sleep for his troubles. And we're going to get a match between those two soon. They're really pushing Fandango. Like him or not, Johnny Curtis can go, and he's definitely going somewhere in WWE. And that's the right thing to do, because I love Fandango. I love the gimmick. He's great in the ring, and he's great on the mic, and I love Summer Rae. So, I mean, I love this package. I think it's amazing. Usos and Mark Henry continue their team, and they had to win, obviously, over Primetime Players and Wade Barrett because they have to build them up to face the Shield on Raw tonight. I don't have a problem with that either. Mark Henry is a babyface. If this is really Mark Henry's swan song, if this is the end, this last 3 years of the WWE is the end of his career, these last 3 years are going to be amazing, and I think he goes out on top as a babyface, and that's how it should be. I think that makes perfect sense for that to happen, and that's a good way for him to put some younger talent over on the way out. Henry's not he's not an old guy at all, not even close, but I mean, he's had some ring wars, I'll just say that much, and Mark Henry is in the best shape of his career. He's in the best mental, capacity of his career, and I really tell you right now that it's going to be a great time to be a Mark Henry fan very soon. Wade Barrett continues his descent, which is a damn shame, because Wade Barrett's amazing, and I really wish they knew what to do with him. Who knows? Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes will meet at SummerSlam with the case on the line. I think it's pretty much a guarantee now, especially with the way they did that, and they had the case get thrown into the water. Sandow can't swim, so of course they went that way, and of course Sandow, we don't even know if he got the case back or not. We'll probably find out on tonight or SmackDown on Friday. Del Rio's hurt via a legitimate injury, so his match with Rob Van Dam doesn't go as long as people would like it to, but I'm sure these two will be able to go at it again with a lot more time. Kind of like on TNA, how basically it was a one-sided match between Bully Ray and Chris Sabin for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at Destination X, but the next time they face off, it's going to be in a cage, Hardcore Justice. I honestly think it's going to be less a one-sided match and more a very even contest between two very capable superstars. So, AJ ends up getting speared by Caitlyn. I really think we're getting a Dolph and Caitlyn versus AJ and Big E match very soon. I'd say within the next few weeks. I know it's not going to happen this week, but I think when we go back to live Raw next Monday night, I honestly think it's going to happen as we progress to the match between Big E and Dolph at SummerSlam. And that match is pretty much a guarantee as well. So, like I said before, Kane is going to be joining the Wyatt family very soon, and like I said, The Undertaker is going to be the person that's going to have to save his brother's soul, and I think that's the right direction to go. We end up with The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt in the final of this. You even have Bray Wyatt beat The Undertaker at one point, but obviously, especially if it happens at WrestleMania, the fact remains The Undertaker goes 23-0. So, that's the right direction to go, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to be awesome. Especially the promos with Undertaker and Bray Wyatt, if they go to this direction. If they go this direction, if they don't have... This is just starting it. This is baby steps. This is the infancy of this storyline. Taker's not going to be not going to be anywhere near the WWE the rest of this year. I get that. But you can start it, and you can this is a slow build. This is a really slow build. Don't forget, John Cena and The Rock went on a build for an entire year. So this can happen. This can work. And with Kane being brainwashed by the Wyatt family, I really think that's the right direction to go in. So, the other direction, obviously, is turn Daniel Bryan heel and have him join the Wyatt family, but you're not doing that. Daniel Bryan's the most over face in the locker room, most over face in the WWE. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. They are wrong. So, it was really nice after the match was over. I will say this. We have seen Sister Abigail twice in WWE. Well, not twice. We've seen Sister Abigail on WWE television yet again, and it still has not been named. And he nailed it on, Bray Wyatt nailed it on Sweet Tea. They pretty much just sacrificed Sweet Tea, and that's pretty much what they did with 3MB and Justin Gabriel on the main event. And I don't recap the main event, but that's pretty much the same thing I did. And the same thing I did to R-Truth on Raw last week. So, Christian and Jack Swagger had a good match. So both the Real Americans or Zeb's Militia, depending on how you want to be, they main evented Raw and SmackDown simultaneously, so that was pretty awesome. So that was pretty cool. Christian wins, and who knows, maybe a push is coming. Wink, wink. So there's always that. So that was SmackDown. That was NXT. Great week of wrestling, and Raw is going to be recapped tomorrow here on this channel. So, if you like these videos, tell your friends you like these videos, tell your friends about these videos, spread the word about Pop and the Popcaster Revolution. If you want to tweet me, you can. It's at Sir Owen Disney. Send me an email. Sure, you're more than welcome to. It's SirOwenDisney@gmail.com. And, of course, you can share these videos on your social media. You can retweet these videos. Tell your friends, get the word out. And spread the word. Like I said, Pop is just getting better and better every single day. So much awesome content still to come. A lot, and I mean a whole lot of Disney Universal SeaWorld content to come in the next few months. Obviously, we are almost to the end of July, very soon in August. August will bleed into September. September, of course, going home. And over pretty much 2 weeks at from, well, my dates are terrible, but from the 19th of September to October 1st, and then, of course, October 8th, we're going to SmackDown. Pop goes to SmackDown. Me, Ben, Will, and Kristen all go to SmackDown on October 8th. And, of course, I go back home on December 4th, checking in at the Grand Floridian. And then the next morning, check into All-Star Movies, praying for an upgrade for Reunion 2013. So that's the video. So, thank you guys and girls out there for watching, and until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I gotta say about that.